Hello friends, in this video we are going to see all details about Form 16, which includes what is Form 16, who are eligible to get Form 16. In addition to that, some important information and segregation of Form 16. We will see all these things with an example. Let's get into the video. First and foremost, let's understand what is Form 16. In short, we can say Form 16 is a certificate issued by the employer to an employee. It has details about how much tax has been deducted on the salary paid to the employee. This certificate would have been submitted by the employer to the income tax department. It has details of how much tax has been deducted on behalf of the employee. Now let us understand who is eligible to get Form 16. Any salaried individual whose tax has been deducted at source by the employer is eligible to get Form 16. An important point to note is that irrespective of your salary falls under the exemption limit or not, employer is supposed to provide you Form 16 in case they have deducted tax at source. In the next section, we will understand some important information about Form 16. The first detail that we are going to see is that it is issued as a proof of tax deducted and deposited to the government on behalf of you. The second point that we are going to see is that it contains all the information you need to prepare and file your income tax return by yourself. This Form 16 is easy to understand. It will be coming as handy when you file your tax return by yourself without the help of any CA. The third important point is that each employer is supposed to provide you Form 16 every year on or before June 15th. In case they don't provide, they are liable to pay the penalty to the government. The last point is that only the employers can issue Form 16 both in hard copy and soft copy. They will be able to download each employee's Form 16 from Trace's website. The point to note is that you cannot download Form 16 of yours by using Trace's website. Only employers can log in with their PAN and TAN, and they will be able to download and issue the Form 16 to you. In this section, we will understand different components of Form 16. In general, we can segregate Form 16 into two parts, Part A and Part B. Now we will see what information we can get out of these two parts. First of all, we will see what Part A has. It has the name and address of the employer and the TAN number and PAN number of the employer. In addition to these two, we will be able to see the PAN number of ourselves, that is the employee, and we should be able to see the summary of tax deducted and deposited to the government on behalf of us on quarterly basis. Now let us understand what information we can get out of Part B of Form 16. We should be able to see the detailed breakup of salary paid to us, that would be the gross salary paid per year by the employer. In addition to that, we will be able to see all exempted allowances available under income tax section 10, which includes LTA and house rent allowances. In addition to that, we should be able to see the deductions allowed under the Income Tax Act, which includes the income tax deductions of section 80C and section 80D, 80E, and etc. In addition to these exemptions and deductions, we should be able to see the total taxable income which comes after subtracting these exemptions and deductions. In addition to this total taxable income, we will be able to see the total net salary that we need to pay to the government or the refund that we will be receiving. So far we have seen what is Form 16, the important information about Form 16 and the components of Form 16. In the coming section, I will show you a sample Form 16 where I will explain the informations that we have seen so far. The first page of Form 16 will look like this. This Form 16 first page will have some information regarding the employee name, employee PAN number, and employee serial number. That would be our employee number from our employer. In addition to these, we will be able to see the designation and then the Form 16 control number, that is the number issued by our employer to us, and we should be able to see the assessment year. In this case, the assessment year is 2021-2022, but this Form 16 is for financial year 2020 to 2021. In addition to employee detail, we should be able to see the signature details, who issued the Form 16 to us. This certificate would be digitally signed. We will be able to see the person detail as well. As we discussed earlier, Form 16 will have two parts, Part A and Part B. First, we will see what Part A has. Part A will have name and address of the employer name and the employer address. In addition to this one, we should be able to see the name and address of our employee, that is us, our name and our address. And we will be able to see the PAN of the detector and TAN of the detector, in addition to our PAN number, our employee reference number, that would be the employee number issued by our employer to us. And then we should be able to see the summary of amount paid or credited and tax deducted at source in respect of us by the employer. This information will be given on quarterly basis. We should be able to see the receipt number and the amount paid and credited to us on each quarter. In addition to that, in case they have deducted some tax on the amount paid to you, we should be able to see in the amount of tax deducted section. And in case the tax has been deposited or remitted to the government on behalf of us, we should be able to see that amount information on quarterly basis under the section amount of tax deposited and remitted. Now let us see what Part B of Form 16 has. It also will have the name and address of our employer and our name and our address. In addition to that, the PAN of the detector and TAN number of the detector and our PAN number. In addition to this basic information, we should be able to see the detailed summary of salary paid and any tax deducted at source on behalf of us and paid to the government. The first part is we should be able to see the gross salary. This will be the addition of these four components. When you add these four, whatever amount comes, that would be the actual gross salary that is paid to you by the employer. The second part would be the allowances to which you will be able to get the exemption under the section 10. It will include travel concession or assistance under section 10(5) and the house rent allowances that you have got exemption for. In addition to this one, we should be able to see the cash equivalent of leave salary encashment under the section 10. All this information you will be able to see based on the proof that you have submitted with your employer. The next section would be the deductions under the income tax section 16, which includes the standard deductions. In addition to that, the entertainment allowances and tax on employment under section 16(3), and we will be able to see the total amount of deduction under the section 16. In my case, it is 0. Finally, we will be able to see the income chargeable under the head salary, which includes the above sections. In my case, it comes 2,82,158 rupees, and we will be able to see the gross income salary, that is what I just told, and we should be able to see the total taxable income, that would be after the deduction and exemption. And finally, we should be able to see the net tax payable. In case you are getting any refund, we should be able to see the refund information as well. I hope this video helps you guys to understand what is Form 16 and the important information related to the Form 16. In short, we should be able to use Form 16 to file our tax return ourselves in new income tax portal. You can check out my video on how to file income tax by yourself. Please do subscribe for our channel for more investment related videos. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.